Good morning, everyone! This is your teacher, Sam, and welcome to our virtual class. Watch closely and listen carefully to our lesson for today. Are you ready? Let's go! Let's review our lesson last time. We talked about places of digits in a number. For example, ones, tens, and hundreds. Today, we are going to talk about the place and value of the digits in numbers, ones, tens, and hundreds. Let's continue. There are 10 ones in a row. It is 1 10 in a row. 10 1 and 10 have the same value. When you place 10 tens, it will make 100 block. 10 tens is equal to 100. 10 tens is equal to 100. Now let's count the hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 400. How many hundreds? You're right, 4. 0 tens and 0 ones. 400. What does this model show? How many hundreds? 2 hundreds. Tens, 3 tens. Ones, 6 ones. 236. What is place value? Place value is the value of each digit in a number. For example, 5 in 350 or 350 represents 5 tenths or 50. We have here 315. 315. 3 is the digit in the hundreds place. Its value is 300. 1 is the digit in the tens place. Its value is 10. 5 is the digit in the ones place. Its value is 5. Next example, 240. 240. 2 is the digit in the hundreds place. Its value is 200. 4 is the digit in the tens place. Its value is 40. 0 is the digit in the ones place. Its value is 0. 805 or 805. 8 is the digit in the hundreds place. Its value is 800. 0 is the digit in the tens place. Its value is 0. 5 is the digit in the ones place. Its value is 5. Remember, hundreds place has a number followed by 2 zeros. For example, 100. 1, 0, 0. 100. Tens place has a number followed by 1 0. For example, 10. 1, 0, 10. And ones place has a number without 0. For example, 1. No 0, only 1. Now let's move on to our expanded form. Let's practice writing numbers in a expanded form. Expanded form. It's breaking up a number into their place value and expand it to show the value of each digit. Let's look at the examples. Let's practice 100, 2 tens, and 3 ones. 1, 2, 3. In expanded form, it is written as 100 plus 20 plus 3. Numbers are classified into two. It could be odd and even numbers. Even numbers are numbers that have no remainder when counting on in twos. These are the examples of even numbers. Numbers that ends with these numbers are called even numbers. 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. You will know that the number is even when you count on in twos. For example, we have here 10 circles. And when you count it by twos, there are no remainders. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Odd numbers are numbers that have a remainder of 1 when counting on in twos. These are the examples of odd numbers. Numbers that ends with these numbers are called odd numbers. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. You will know that the number is odd when you count in twos. For example, if you start from 1 and you count by twos, there is a remainder of 1. Now, if you go to 3 and you count by twos, there is also a remainder of 1. When you count in fives and you count in by twos, you got 2, 4, and then you have a remainder of 1 for 5. It's the same with 7 and 9. For example, we have here 2 stars, and you count on in twos, there is no remainder. That is called even number. So 2 is an even number. Next, we have 3 stars. If you count on in twos, there is a remainder of 1. 2, 1. That's 3. So there is a remainder of 1, meaning 3 is an odd number. Four stars. If you count on in twos, there is no remainder. 2, 4. That's even number. So 4 is an even number. 5 stars. Count on in twos. When you count on in twos, it's going to be 2, 4, and then plus 1, it's going to be 5. So there is a remainder of 1, meaning that is an odd number. 5 is an odd number. Let's compare even and odd numbers. Our lesson for today is about comparing two numbers with different numbers of digits and the same numbers of digits. First, let's talk about comparing two numbers with different numbers of digits. When we compare two numbers with different numbers of digits, the number with the greater number of digits is the bigger number. And the number with the less number of digits is the smaller number. For example, we have here two numbers. We have 123 or 123, and we have number 12 or 1, 2. First, let's look at 123. 123 has ones place, tens place, and hundreds place. It has 3 digits. Now let's look at number 12. 12 only has 2 digits, right? There is only ones place and tens place. Now if you look at it, which one has the bigger digits? Yes, you're right. It is the 123 or 123. So 123 is greater and the number 12 is smaller. Therefore, 123 is greater than 12. Or if you put it on the other way around, it is gonna be 12 is smaller than 123. "34 and 3. 34 is a 2-digit number, and 3 is a 1-digit number. Therefore, 34 is greater than 3, or 3 is smaller than 34. 110 and 5. 110 is a 3-digit number, while 5 is a 1-digit number. Therefore, 110 is greater than 5, or 5 is smaller than 110. 134 and 41. 134 is a 3-digit number. 41 is a 2-digit number. Therefore, 134 is greater than 41, or 41 is smaller than 134. 320 is a 3-digit number. 62 is a 2-digit number. Therefore, 320 is greater than 62, or 62 is smaller than 320. Now let's move on to our next lesson. Comparing two numbers with the same numbers of digits. When we compare two numbers with the same numbers of digits, compare the digit on the left first. The number with the greater digit is the greater number. And if the digits are the same, compare the next digit and so on. This is our two hands. This one is our left hand. In comparing, we are going to compare using the left digit first. For example, we have here number 12 and number 13. Look at the two numbers. They both have the same digits. They have 2 digits, ones and tens place. Now let's compare both numbers. Look at the left part of the number. The left part, or the tens place, is 1 for the 12. And 1 as well for the 13, right? So once they are the same, you're going to move on to the next digit. So the next digit of tens is the ones place. Now look at here at number 12. We have 2. And the other number, 13, we have 3. So which one is bigger? 2 or 3? You're right, it's number 3. So the bigger or the greater number is 13. And the smaller number is 12. That's how you do it. So therefore, 13 is greater than 12, or 12 is smaller than 13. More examples. 32 and 12. 32 and 12 are two-digit numbers. The digit in the tens place of 32 is 3. Its value is 30. The digit in the tens place of 12 is 1. Its value is 10. Therefore, 32 is greater than 12, or 12 is smaller than 32. We have here 200 and 100. 200 and 100 are three-digit numbers. The digit in the hundreds place of 200 is 2. Its value is 200. The digit in the hundreds place of 100 is 1. Its value is 100. So which one is bigger? 200 or 100? Our lesson is about using the signs equal, unequal or not equal, greater than, and less than. We are also going to learn how to arrange numbers in ascending and descending order. First, let's talk about the signs that we are going to use in comparing numbers. Equal. Equal meaning having the same number or quantity. For example, we have here 2 and 2. 2 is equal to 2 because they have the same number. 112 equals 112, or we can say 112 is equal to 112. Unequal or not equal to. This is not having the same number or quantity. For example, 1 and 2 is not equal, right? So the answer is 1 is unequal to 2, or you can say 1 is not equal to 2. This sign reads unequal, or it can also say is not equal to. It shows that two numbers are not the same, or they don't have the same value. For example, we have here 20 and 10. 20 is not equal to 10, or you can say 20 is unequal to 10. The next sign is having the bigger number, 3 and 2. Look at the sign. It opens its mouth on the left side because the left side has the bigger number. This sign is called greater than. This sign reads greater than. it shows that the number on the left is bigger than the one on the right. For example, 30 and 10. 30 is greater than 10. While this sign opens on the right side, meaning this is the sign in having the smaller number. For example, 2 and 7. So 2 is less than 7. This sign reads less than. It shows that the number on the left is smaller than the one on the right. For example, we have here 30 and 40. 30 is smaller than 40. Write the signs equal, not equal, greater than, and less than between two numbers to show comparison. Let's practice the words again. Equal. This is the sign if the value is the same or they have the same number. Unequal or not equal to. This is a sign if two numbers are not the same or they don't have the same value. Less than. Always remember, less than, open its mouth on the right side. Greater than, opens its mouth on the left side. And don't forget, it always opens its mouth on the bigger number. Let's practice. Is it equal or unequal? Is it equal or unequal? Is it less than or greater than? Is it less than or greater than? Now that we have learned how to use the signs in comparing numbers, let's move on to our next lesson. Our lesson is about arranging numbers. We can arrange group of numbers in ascending and descending order. Ascending. Ascending. When you say ascending, it is arranged in a series that begins with the smallest and ends with the biggest number. For example, 178, 179, and 180. So we started from the smallest, which is 178, and ends with the biggest, which is the 180. Descending. Descending. This is arranged in a series that begins with the biggest and ends with the smallest. So it's the other way around. So for example, we start from 180, 179, and 178. Now let's practice. We have here 189, 178, and 251. Look at the three numbers. They all have three-digit numbers, meaning they all have hundreds place. Now let's compare each numbers. The digit in the hundreds place of 189 is 1. Its value is 100. The digit in the hundreds place of 178 is 1. Its value is 100. While the digit in the hundreds place of 251 is 2. Its value is 200. So which one is bigger, 200 or 100? You're right, meaning 200 is greater than 100. Very good. Therefore, 251 is greater than 189 and 178. Now let's compare 189 and 178. Both numbers have 3-digit numbers, right? They also have hundreds place. The digit in the hundreds place of 189 is 1. Its value is 100. The digit in the hundreds place of 178 is 1. Its value is 100. Both of them have the same value in hundreds place. When both numbers have the same value in the hundreds place, we are going to move on to the next place, which is the tens place. So let's try to see which one is bigger. The digit in the tens place of 189 is 8. Its value is 80. The digit in the tens place of 178 is 7. Its value is 70. So which one is bigger, 80 or 70? You're right, it's 80, meaning 80 is greater than 70. Good job. Therefore, 189 is greater than 178. These numbers can be arranged in descending order. Remember descending, right? Meaning going down from biggest to the smallest number. So we start from the biggest number, which is 251. Next is 189, and the last number is 178. These numbers can also be arranged in ascending order. When you say ascending, meaning going up from smallest to biggest. So we start from the smallest number, which is 178. Next is 189, and the last number is 251. To make it simple, when you say ascending, meaning going up. When you say descending, it's going down. Again, we are going to learn about number patterns. Number patterns with a counting up by fives, tens, and by hundreds relationship. We also have number patterns with a counting down by twos, tens, and by hundreds relationship. Number patterns. A number pattern with a counting up by fives relationship. For example, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. As you see, the numbers from 5 to 30 is in ascending order, meaning it's counting up, and it's counting up by fives. Let's find the next number in each pattern. For example, This is counting by 5. Numbers that starts at 9, 14, 19, 24, and blank. We are going to just add each number by 5. For example, 9 plus 5 equals 14. And then 14 plus 5 equals 19. Then 19 plus 5 equals 24. Then 24 plus 5 equals... Very good! It's 29. So the answer here is 29. 9, 14, 19, 24, and 29. Let's practice counting by 5. Numbers that start at 8. We are just going to add each number by 5. For example, 8 plus 5 is 13. 13 plus 5 is 18. 18 plus 5 is 23. And 23 plus 5 is 28. So number starts at 18. Next is 13, 18, 23, and 28. Counting up by 5, starting from the number 24. We are just going to add each number by 5. 24 plus 5, 29. 29 plus 5, 34. 34 plus 5, 39. And 39 plus 5 is 44. So when you count by 5, starting from 24, it's going to be 24, 29, 34, 39, and 44. Now let's learn how to do number pattern with a counting up by tens and by hundreds relationship. For example, counting by 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and so on. Find the next number in each pattern. For example, counting by 10. Numbers start at 30. Just add each number by 10. Example, 30, 40, 50, 60, and what's next? For example, 30 plus 10 is 40. And then 40 plus 10 is 50. Then 50 plus 10 equals 60. Then 60 plus 10 is equal to 70. So the answer is 70. 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. Unit 2, Lesson 1, Addition. Today we are going to study how to add two numbers with a sum of 100 or less, regrouping, switching the order of two numbers in addition, and adding three numbers with a sum 100 or less. Before we start our lesson, let's learn the basics of addition. What is addition? Addition is the process of adding two or more numbers together. This is the sign used for addition. This is called plus. Plus. For example, we have here 14 plus 11 equals 25. 14 and 11 are called addend. 14 is the first addend and 11 is the second addend. When you're going to add both of these addend, you will get the sum, which is 25. So 25 is called the sum. Sum. First lesson is adding two numbers with a sum 100 or less. Word problem. Pete has 24 pencils. Paul has 13 pencils. How many pencils do they have together? Number sentence, 24 plus 13 equals blank. Now let's find the answer. We can answer this by doing the figures. There are 2 tens and 4 ones, and 1 tens and 3 ones. When you add this all together, you will get 3 tens and 7 ones, which means altogether is 37 pencils. We can also calculate this using the column addition. For example, first addend, which is 24, and then the second addend is 13. First step, or step 1, you are going to column this by tens and ones. 4 ones plus 3 ones equals 7 ones. Step 2, we are going to add the tens place. 2 tens plus 1 tens equals 3 tens. Therefore, 24 plus 13 is equal to 37. Let's take another example. Find the sum of 25 and 32. Number sentence, 25 plus 32 equals blank. Let's try to answer this using the figure. So we have 2 tens and 5 ones for the first addend, and 3 tens and 2 ones for the second addend. When you add this all together, we get 5 tens and 7 ones, which make it 57. Let's try it with column addition. First addend is 25, second addend is 32. 25 plus 32. So step 1 first, do the ones place. 5 ones plus 2 ones equals 7 ones. Step 2, calculate the tens place. 2 tens plus 3 tens equals 5 tens. Therefore, 25 plus 32 is equal to 57. Lesson number 2. Adding two numbers with a sum 100 or less with regrouping. Regrouping. Word problem. George has got 27 pens and Andy has 8 pens. How many pens do they have all together? Number sentence, 27 plus 8 equals blank. Let's try to answer this using the figures. First, let's place the tens and ones with the first addend, which is 27. So we have 2 tens and 7 ones. Step 1. Represent the numbers 27 and 8. Step number 2. We are going to regroup 10 ones as 1 tenths. Step 3, represent the sum. So we have here 3 tenths and 5 ones. The answer is 35. It's very easy to use the figure, right? Now let's try to answer this using the column addition. 27 plus 8. So the same process, we are going to answer the ones place first. Step 1. 7 ones plus 8 ones equals 15 ones. 15 ones is regrouped as 1 tenth and 5 ones. Write 5 in the ones place and carry over 1 tenth to the tens place. Step 2. We are going to add the tens place. So 2 tenths plus the 1 tenth that was carried over equals 3 tenths. Write 3 in the tens place. Therefore, 27 plus 8 equals 35. Now that we have learned addition, let's move on to our lesson, subtracting numbers with a minuend 100 or less, no regrouping, and with regrouping. We are also going to learn the relationship between addition and subtraction. First, let's learn about subtracting numbers with minuend 100 or less without regrouping. Let's learn the basics of subtraction. What is subtraction? This is the process of taking one number away from another. This is the sign for a subtraction. This is called minus. Minus. For example, we have here 33 minus 13 is equal to 20. 33 is the base number. This is called minuend. Minuend. And 13 is the number you're going to take away from the first number. This is called subtrahend. Subtrahend. And the answer is 20. 20 is called difference. Difference. For example, Martin has 37 sweets. He ate 12 of them. How many sweets are left? Find the number of sweets he has left by subtraction. This is the number sentence. 37 minus 12 equals blank. Let's find the difference. We can answer this by doing the figure. So please first use the figure of the minuend. So we have 37 sweets. It's going to be 3 tenths and 7 ones. Now, we are going to subtract the subtrahend, which is 12, meaning that's 1 tenth and 2 ones. Now let's try it. Let's take out 1 tenth and 2 ones. What is left? Yes, you're right. It's only 25. So there are only 25 sweets left. That's 2 tenths and 5 ones. We can also answer by using the column subtraction. You remember how we use the column addition, right? So it's the same thing with subtraction. So first, let's put the minuend 37 minus the subtrahend 12 and the equal sign. Step 1. Let's put the tenths and ones place. First, for the minuend. 37 3 tenths and 7 ones. For the subtrahend, 1 tenths and 2 ones. Now 7 ones minus 2 ones is equal to 5 ones. You're right. So write 5 in the ones place. Step number 2. Let's do the tens place. 3 tenths minus 1 tenth equals 2 tenths. Write 2 in the tens place. Therefore, 37 minus 12 is equal to 25. One more example. Find the difference of 35 and 21. Number sentence, it's going to be 35 minus 21 equals blank. Let's answer this using the figure. So first, let's use the minuend, which is 35. 3 tenths and 5 ones. Now let's subtract the subtrahend, which is 21. 2 tenths and 1 ones. Now what is left? Yes, you're right. We have 1 tenths and 4 ones. And that is 14. Let's answer this using the column subtraction. 35 minus 21. First, step 1. 5 ones minus 1 ones equals 4 ones. Write 4 in the ones place. Step number 2. 3 tenths minus 2 tenths equals 1 tenth. Write 1 in the tenths place. Let's learn subtracting numbers with a minuend less than 100 with regrouping. For example, there are 30 students. 6 of them are boys. How many girls are there? Find the number of girls by subtraction. This is the number sentence. 30 minus 6 equals blank. Now let's answer using figure. First, we have our minuend. We have 3 tenths for 30. Now let's try to subtract the subtrahend, which is 6. So that's going to be 6 ones. As you see in the figure, we don't have ones here. We only have tenths. So what we're going to do is we're going to regroup the 1 tenths into 10 ones. So it's going to be 2 tenths and 10 ones. As you see, we only have 2 tenths and 4 ones. So the difference is 24. 30 minus 6 equals 24. There are only 24 girls in the class. Let's try column subtraction. 30 minus 6 equals. Step 1. The minuend's digit in the ones place is less than the subtrahend's. Regroup the minuend's tenths as 10 ones. Write 10 in the ones place. Now, step number 2. 10 minus 6 equals 4. Write 4 in the ones place. Now, there are 2 tenths left in the tens place. Write 2 in the tens place. And our last lesson for today is about relationship between addition and subtraction. This is how we do the simple subtraction. Minuend minus subtrahend is equal to difference. For example, 33 minus 15 is equal to 18. 33 is the minuend, 15 is the subtrahend, and 18 is the difference. We can check our answer if it's correct using addition. For example, difference plus subtrahend is equal to minuend. For example, here we have 18. 18 is the difference plus 15 for the subtrahend. And the answer is 33. Just the same, right? It is equal. Unit 2, Addition and Subtraction, Solving Word Problems and Formulating Word Problems. First, let's talk about solving word problems. We can solve word problems in 4 easy steps. First is clarify the problem. Second, plan. Third, execute the plan. And lastly, check the answer. Only 4 steps. Now let's learn how to do it. First is clarify the problem. We are going to read carefully and identify the main points in the word problems. And then after that, we are going to extract the information needed to find the answer. After taking all of the information, we are going to do the step 2, which is plan. We're going to think of a method to find the answer and write the number sentence. Next, we are going to execute the plan. This is where we are going to calculate as planned. And last step is check the answer. We are going to check the answer if it is reasonable and make sure that the answer is calculated correctly. Again, don't forget, we are going to use the addition and subtraction relationship. Now let's try to answer a word problem using all the 4 steps that we've learned. Example number 1. There are 25 guavas and 20 oranges in a basket. How many guavas and oranges are there all together? Step 1. Clarify the problem. In clarifying a problem, we are going to give answer for 2 questions. First, what information is provided? Second, what is the question? So here, in the example, the information provided is there are 25 guavas and 20 oranges in a basket. The question is, how many guavas and oranges are there all together? Step number 2, we are going to plan. So in the question sentence, it says, how many guavas and oranges are there all together, right? So we are going to find the number of the fruits all together. When you say all together, you're going to combine all the guavas and oranges. It means that we are going to use addition. And the number sentence will be like this. The number sentence will be like this. 25 plus 20 is equal to blank. number 3, we are going to execute the plan. In this, we are going to use the column addition. We are going to put all of the information given. First, there are 25 guavas. Second, there are 20 oranges. Now we are going to use addition. 25 plus 20 is equal to 45. You're right. So it means that there are 45 guavas and oranges altogether. Yes, that's the answer. So the answer is there are 45 guavas and oranges all together. Step number 4. Check the answer. First, check if it is reasonable. So our answer is 45, right? It is greater than each kind of food. Always remember that when we use addition, the answer or the sum will always be bigger than the adjunct and the added. So here we have 45 is greater than 25 guavas, and 45 is greater than 20 oranges. So that's correct. Next step, check if it is correct. We are going to use the relationship between addition and subtraction. This is how you check it. First, let's do the addition. 25 plus 20 is equal to 45. 45 is the sum or the answer. Now how do we check it? First, put the sum on top as the minuend, and less the addend, which is 20 oranges. 20 will become your subtrahend. Now compute. 45 minus 20 is equal to 25. Now 25 is the difference. Look at the comparison. It is the same or it is equal to the adjunct. It means that the answer is correct. And that's all for today's lesson. I hope you had a great time learning with me today, and see you again to our next class. Goodbye!